need to turn them.
Manic Gardens. I was able to book a botany team that was profiled in New York Magazine. I love that. That is so cool.
So pretty.
This state-of-the-art animal shelter on City Island. After the tour, the kids play with the animals. I'm an animal lover too, but.
Okay, I had to use this filter because without a filter, it doesn't show how pink it is. This shows a little bit more of how pink it is, but it's a little bit more pink than this, but I think it's gonna look so pretty.
People see you in one light or another depending on the way they think and the way they see. It has nothing to do with the truth of who you really are.
That story I just posted, somebody sent that to me, and it's so true. On the way home from church on Sunday, I was talking to Krissa, and I was like bawling my eyes out, and I was like, if I can stop this stuff from happening to somebody else who maybe not be as tough as me or didn't have as much money as her boss that she sued before me, or like in my case, like I'm too fucking stubborn to just lay down and take it. Also, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And number one, in 10 years, you guys have never seen me be ugly to somebody like that on social media. So why would I start now? But also, like, if I can stop that from happening to the next person, then that's what I'm going to do. And I value, and I know you guys know, my reputation so much, but it took me years after this happened, because it's been 4 years now, that it took me years to realize that, like, I built my business on my reputation, and I'll be damned if I let somebody try to tarnish my reputation. And I think it just took me a long time to realize that that's what they're trying to do, but it ain't gonna happen, because the truth is the truth. It also took me a really long time to realize that it wasn't because of me that she's doing this, it's because of me that she's doing this. Like, I'm what makes her relevant. Without this story that she has, like, these people who do follow her, listen to her, whatever it is, the only reason they're listening to her is because she's saying that I said that she said bad things about me on the internet. But what are you doing right now? Exactly what I said from the beginning. So she just thought that I would lay down and take it, and so did he, and that ain't fucking happening. Not on my watch, and not on Jesus's watch, and not on my Instagram followers' watch. So now, because people are coming out and saying stuff like, oh, well, maybe she's not lying, she has this proof, then she'll like make up some other crazy shit, or, oh, maybe Chris is not a bad person, then she says horrible things about her too. It's like people like that want to control your thoughts, and they want you to think like, oh no, everybody around her is bad. Then why didn't you sue Carissa, girl? Come on, bring it. Don't you have enough money to do that? I wrote you a check for $236,000. You have plenty of money. Why don't you sue Carissa? I thought so. But without my story or her version of whatever it is, like, what makes her relevant? Nothing. Like, she has nothing to talk about. There's nothing that makes her special. And that's unfortunate because, like, I want to say nice things like she's a child of God, but, like, I really think God has to be disappointed at this point. I don't know. It's none of my business. At the end of the day, I'm here to vindicate myself. And like I said, I'll get 100 jobs. I'll do whatever I have to do. I'm not going to lay down and take it. I didn't lie. I never lied. I will never lie. Even like Ben said, Becca always tells the truth, even at her own detriment. You're fucking right. And in some sick way, people like that, the more attention I give to the matter, the more special they feel. Because she has these couple people on the internet that are like, oh, tell me more. Like, consider your circle. Consider the people you're surrounding yourself with. Like, how do you explain, like, your closest friends on the internet are also people who talk really bad about other people? Like, I don't have a single friend who says bad things about anybody on the internet. And again, I don't care if 10 million people say bad things about me on the internet. I care if you're in charge of my finances. I care if you're in my bed. I care if you're on my payroll. And I was an easy target. I was very naive, extremely trusting. My dad was dying. Libeth died during all this. and they knew, like, I'm super obviously emotional. I hold the business on my shoulders, and my job every day is to get up, be positive, show people that there's always a silver lining. Like, and it took me years to realize that that's why people followed me. It wasn't to, like, they made it sound like I was just some girl who said mean things about people on the internet, and that was my job. That the judge asked one time, like, do people just follow her to find out the tea about things? And I'm like, ew, no one does that here. No, people follow me because I'm kind and I'm nice and because I'm honest and because I always do find the silver lining and because I am extremely positive and because at the end of the day, I know that I couldn't get through a single day of my life without God, and I am not afraid to say that and shout it from the rooftops. That is why people follow me, not for any other reason. So they can make it sound like whatever they want. But like I said, proof is the proof and facts are facts. And just because the judge or jury doesn't hear it doesn't mean it's not true. Okay, last story. But I still to this day think that, I guess it's part of that whole like thinking positive silver lining thing. Like, I really do believe that everything happened the way it was supposed to. I can't imagine if I was still in that marriage. And this had been happening for years on both of their parts. So thank you, God, for making this stuff happen to get me out of that situation. And I think that's probably why people follow, because I do genuinely think like that. Like, I'm not blaming God for what happened. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming myself. I blame the people who did it. But it's my job to show you guys I can get through this. And I do need your help to get through it. But I just need your moral support more than anything. And I have that. And I know I have that. And now that it's emblazoned in my head, like, they do support you. They do trust you. They do believe you, Becca. Now I feel just like such a sense of peace. And now it's time to show the people. Okay, promise, last one. But the lesson for you guys in all of this is, number one, if you don't believe in Jesus, come sit by me because I got a story for you. But number two, because like you just cannot explain this stuff without faith. Like, I would have jumped off a bridge by now if I didn't believe in God, if I didn't really truly think that God is going to get me through this. But not only get me through this, but like the lesson for other people is like things can get so bad. And if you haven't seen rock bottom, definitely pull up a chair. But if I can get through all of this, then it will show you that you can get through whatever. I lost my dad. I lost like the most discerning friend I have on the planet. I lost my home. I lost my business. Like, I lost, oh God, just so much. But I'm going to get it back. And maybe not everything, but what I'm supposed to get back, I will. And I know it sounds cliche to say this stuff like in God's timing, but honest to God, that is just really true. And so I don't question things. I just know what the truth is, and I'm here to share it. Okay, I need to just never say last one because it's not the case. Because then I keep thinking about stuff. And I guess my message for you guys is just, like, if you ever feel like you're going through like an absolute shitstorm and you just have nobody, because trust me, even, I'm going to get emotional talking about it, but like even Sunday, I was telling Carissa, like, I am at the point where I'm like, does it stop? But then, like Dr. Phil said, he said, what you're doing right now, how's that working out for you? And what I was doing right now was nothing. I just had all the data and was doing nothing with it. So at the end of the day, how's that working out for me? It wasn't. So just like he said, I tell people the truth and let them understand it. I can't understand it for you, but I can give you the information that it will be all facts and you can decide what you want. And I only care about what people who I care about think. I don't care what internet trolls think. I never have in my whole career, because if I don't care about you, I don't care about what you think. It's that simple. I do feel like it was like my job to be put on earth to remind people that if they feel like they cannot get through the storm at all, even if you don't believe in God, number one, that's the first answer, is that you always have God. You always do. And I know that's hard to believe because sometimes you're just like, I can't believe I believe in something I can't even see. And like, life is so hard right now. So why am I giving all this praise to this thing I can't even see? Like, I don't even understand it. Sometimes I don't even understand it either. I just keep on walking. I just remain a faithful servant. And at the end of the day, if you just can't wrap your brain around that, then at least take the first small step and let the first small step be that you understand that you at least have me. You can at least come to my DMs and we can start there. And I can at least sit down and share with you all the things that I've been through and how I've gotten through them. And if at the end of that you still think that has nothing to do with Jesus, okay, but I just know better. And I know that in the end you will understand that, like, we cannot get through this life alone. We got to have God and good people. And I got both. On my most hardest days, it's probably not even a proper sentence, but on the days where I'm like, oh, it's too much, it's not too much. Because if I don't get through this, whatever I'm going through, then how am I supposed to tell you that you can too? So if nothing else, I have to get through it so that I can show you that you can too. But I will never not tell you that I did not get there without Jesus. And I will never not tell you that I got through this by myself, because I didn't. Like I just said, I got through, and I'm getting through all of this with God and good people. You got to have both.
And sometimes there are certain blessings and certain things that we want that seem to be delayed, but they're not really being delayed. You're being developed. You think it's a delay.